Ballot item number 11, M16, second reading of Bill 16, an act to amend the Animals for Research Act and the Dog Owners Liability Act with respect to pit bulls. Mr. Hillier.
I first want to thank and congratulate the members from Niagara and Parkdale High Park for joining with me to sponsor this very important bill today. I'd also like to thank everyone who's here in the galleries today and who've been at the rally earlier today at Queen's Park in support, again, of this very important bill at Queen's Park. We've had hundreds of people from around the province have come here to Queen's Park today. It's unfortunate that we weren't allowed to wear our yellow scarves when we asked for unanimous consent earlier today. There are a number of flaws in our present legislation that are causing harm and create injustice with regards to pit bulls and other dogs that share the same appearance as them. This bill seeks to address these flaws. First off, I should restate the genesis of this bill for the record. In 2005, after a few very high-profile media stories of dog attacks, mostly here in the Toronto area, the Liberal government introduced the Dog Owners Liability Act, which banned pit bulls. Although the Standing Committee of the House heard from many experts who denounced the premise of the bill was still passed into law above their concerns and without regards to the scientific evidence. It was clear to everyone that the government of the day felt significant pressure to be seen as doing something, regardless if it was doing the right thing. Mr. Speaker, good public policy is driven by the interests of our constituents, by science, and by evidence, not by media hysteria, nor bold headlines and slogans. The failings of the Dog Owners Liability Act are clear. First, pit bull terriers are not a breed. They are an amalgamation of various dog breeds, and there is no scientific or practical means to determine what is indeed a pit bull. The fact that there is no objective means to classifying a dog as a pit bull in the eyes of the law has been used to overturn breed-specific legislation all around the world. This fatal flaw in the breed-specific legislation leaves the dog owner with no recourse against it, with no remedy should a dog catcher state he or she believes the dog is a pit bull. Speaker, a law that provides for no defense, no remedy, or no recourse cannot be just, cannot be fair, and it cannot be reasonable.
Here, that's the point of law. Well said, well said.
This flaw, this denial of basic Canadian justice, of life, liberty, and property, has led to the seizure and mortality of thousands of peaceful, loving family pets. And let's make sure we put this into context and use real life and not just hypothetical examples. People have been out walking their dogs in this province, in Ontario. Dogs on the sidewalk or in the park, when suddenly their dog has been seized, taken from their possession, and eventually carted off and killed.
Terrible. Premier McGinty.
There was a case of a young boy who also, this was in the UK but with similar legislation, a case of a young boy in the UK who committed suicide because his dog was seized and destroyed.
Bullying.
His dog was neither aggressive nor violent, but it was killed because it looked like it was a pit bull.
Oh.
Speaker, laws without remedies, my colleagues, laws without remedies is not law, but tyranny. Secondly, the law is and has been ineffective. In spite of the pit bull ban, the number of dog bites in Ontario has remained flat and has remained stagnant. According to the study of the Toronto Humane Society, for the member from Willowdale, according to the Toronto Humane Society, whose members are here in attendance today, the number of dog bites in 2005, the year of the Dog Owners Liability Act, was 5,428. The number in 2010, 5,345, a difference of 50.
Yeah, but what is the most frequent bite?
The lack of a real reduction in the number of dog bites in the province confirms the evidence.
Dalton's taking a bite right now out of your pocket.
Confirms the evidence. Order of sources as varied as the government of New South Wales.
Be patient, David. You'll get your
in Australia, the University of Manitoba's Faculty of Medicine, the German Veterinary University, and the University of British Columbia's Animal Welfare Program, in concluding that pit bulls are no more likely to be violent than any other dog.
No evidence.
We ought to be able to see with clarity the folly of this present legislation. Friends, I have known and witnessed far more injuries from cattle and horses than from pit bulls.
We'll outlaw them too.
But we destroy horses and cattle to protect ourselves from that possible injury.
Outlaw harness horses.
I have seen far more injuries from swimming pools, bicycles, and hockey than from pit bulls or any other dog. Should we ban those activities as well to safeguard the people of Ontario?
How about kickboxing?
The real question and objective of dog legislation ought to be, how do we punish those people who willfully pose a threat or a danger to society by either training or creating dogs that pose a real and credible danger to others.
Dog owners.
There are provisions within this bill to punish those who engage in these harmful activities. And I would encourage, Speaker, I would encourage everyone in this House that reasoned and thoughtful amendments to strengthen those provisions should the bill be sent to committee. Sweden has incorporated such provisions that allow the police to seize animals that pose a threat from criminals and other known and violent people. Sweden and the City of Calgary, which has a similar program, has seen a significant drop in the number of dog bites and has penalized irresponsible owners in the process. Let me end with a few last thoughts. I have 2 dogs that could be viewed as subject to seizure under the existing Dog Owners Liability Act. They are my family's pets and have never shown aggression, let alone attacked or bitten anyone. You can ask Christina Blizzard her view, because she came to the house and visited those dogs as well. They've never bitten anyone, never shown any aggression, but should I take them out for a walk in the park, it could prove fatal to the lives of Robbie and Titan. And lastly, I'd like to read from Hansard and from the words of Dalton McGuinty Sr., who served this legislature for many years.
Dalton's father.
The following is an excerpt from a statement Dalton McGuinty Sr. made while tabling a petition in this House on December 22nd, 1987. And I quote, "There is a paw print on this paper, this petition, of one Tory McGuinty. Tory McGuinty is the McGuinty family pet pit bull terrier."
Oh, shameful. Oh, no.
I hope today the Premier, yes, that's in Hansard. Wow. Hansard, December 22nd, 1987. Wow. I hope today the Premier realizes that his childhood family pet was not a threat to either him or the public.
I think he was. I think that's why he's got something against the dog.
It's time to put the responsibility on the dog owners, not dogs like Tory McGuinty or Robbie or Titan.
Play Dalton again.
Mr. Speaker, I enjoy this institution immensely, and public policy is paramount. Good public policy is paramount. And I often, as you walk from this side of the Queen's Park to my offices in the North Wing, there is an inscription, and it says, "A place where mind and soul learns freedom's ways." That is a benchmark that was put forward and inscribed in the walls of this legislature. where minds and souls learn freedom's way. Mr. Speaker, good public policy requires emotion. It requires compassion, but it also requires reason. That is what is missing out of the Dog Owners Liability Act, reason. It was a bill that was brought forward emotionally and due to media hysteria. I think it's time that we take a step back and reflect and contemplate on the words of our predecessors who came before us and who built this institution. Let us find freedom's ways with a vote on Bill 16. Thank you.
Excellent. Excellent.
Further debate? The member from Willowdale.
You know, I think it's important to look at some of the history leading up to this legislation. So, pre-2005 and the years leading up to 2005, members of this chamber will recall there was a particularly nasty spate of pit bull attacks on children, on citizens walking in the park, on citizens walking in the street. We saw in photographs, we read medical reports of children with their face torn off, adults, men and women, with their genitalia chewed off. It was vicious. You laugh, you laugh, you laugh, you laugh. But if you go to the reports,
Order.
the exhibits of the standing committee,
Order. Order. I would ask the members on this side to keep order, please.
Four simple things: leash, muzzle, spay, neuter. It's a reasonable piece of legislation given the protections that it provides to the citizens of Ontario, and that's why the ordinary average citizen supported the legislation.
In my presentation, I talked about the media hysteria that was generated in 2005. This ought not to be a political or partisan discussion, but that statement by the member from Willowdale demonstrates that he swallowed that sensationalism hook, line, and sinker, and he's not been able to get it out since. I have never heard such a ridiculous, unthoughtful, mindless response to a thoughtful bill before this House. Speaker, let's keep this. I know that there are some who want to sensationalize things. It ought not to be. Okay? This needs to be discussed, as it has been by all other members, in a thoughtful way. Needs to be put before this House. We need to bring it forth, pass it today, bring it forward to a committee, and have those thoughtful discussions and conversations in the committee, where indeed expert evidence can be brought forward once again, and that we get right decisions made, and that we stop this harmful, unjust activity that's going on of killing thousands of friendly family pets because they might appear to look like some other dog that the member from Willowdale gets shivers over. Right? Thank you, Speaker.
Mr. Hillier has moved second reading of Bill 16. All those in favor rise and remain standing until recognized by the clerk.
Mr. Hillier.
Mr. Hillier.
Mr. Wilson.
Mr. Wilson.
Mr. Hardiman.
Mr. Hardiman.
Mr. Sherman.
Mr. Sherman.
Mrs. Elliott.
Mrs. Elliott.
Mr. Hudak.
Mr. Hudak.
Mr. Cleese.
Mr. Cleese.
Mr. Bisson.
Mr. Bisson.
Ms. Horvath.
Ms. Horvath.
Ms. DeNovo.
Ms. DeNovo.
Mr. Marchese.
Mr. Marchese.
Mr. Prue.
Mr. Prue.
Ms. Taylor.
Ms. Taylor.
Mr. Natashak.
Mr. Natashak.
Mr. Tabbins.
Mr. Tabbins.
Mr. Singh.
Mr. Singh.
Mr. Miller, Hamilton East Stony Creek.
Mr. Miller, Hamilton East Stony Creek.
Ms. Forster.
Ms. Forster.
Mr. Bailey.
Mr. Bailey.
Mr. Barrett.
Mr. Barrett.
Mr. Dunlop.
Mr. Dunlop.
Ms. Jones.
Ms. Jones.
Mrs. Monroe.
Mrs. Monroe.
Mr. Arnott.
Mr. Arnott.
Mr. Chudley.
Mr. Chudley.
Mr. O'Toole.
Mr. O'Toole.
Mr. Willett.
Mr. Willett.
Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith.
Mr. Harris.
Mr. Harris.
Ms. Thompson.
Ms. Thompson.
Mr. Fideli.
Mr. Fideli.
Mr. Clark.
Mr. Clark.
Ms. Scott.
Ms. Scott. Ms. McKenna.
Ms. McKenna.
Ms. McKenna.
Mr. McNaughton.
Mr. McNaughton.
Mr. Leone.
Mr. Leone.
Mr. McDonnell.
Mr. McDonnell.
Ms. Campbell.
Ms. Campbell.
Mr. Vantoff.
Mr. Vantoff.
Mr. Shine.
Mr. Shine.
Ms. Armstrong.
Ms. Armstrong.
Mr. Mantha.
Mr. Mantha.
Mr. Milligan.
Mr. Milligan.
Mr. Walker.
Mr. Walker.
Mr. Jackson.
Mr. Jackson.
Mr. Urek.
Mr. Urek.
Mr. McLaren.
McLaren.
Mr. Nichols.
Mr. Nichols.
Mr. Cole.
Mr. Cole.
Mr. Crater.
Mr. Crater.
Mr. Pratt.
All those opposed, please rise and remain. Order. All those opposed, please rise and remain standing until recognized by the clerk.
Mr. Bradley.
Mr. Bradley.
Ms. Wynn.
Ms. Wynn.
Mr. Duguid.
Mr. Duguid.
Mr. Quinter.
Mr. Quinter.
Ms. McCharles.
Mr. McCharles.
Mr. Delaney.
Mr. Delaney.
Mr. Berardinetti.
Mr. Berardinetti.
Mr. Sergio.
Mr. Sergio.
Mr. Leal.
Mr. Leal.
Mr. Dillon.
Mr. Dillon.
Mr. Flynn.
Mr. Flynn.
Mr. Murray.
Mr. Murray.
Mr. Souza.
Mr. Souza.
Mrs. Jeffries.
Mrs. Jeffries.
Mr. McMeekin.
Mr. McMeekin.
Mr. Quadri.
Mr. Quadri.
Mr. Zimmer.
Mr. Zimmer.
Ms. Wong.
Ms. Wong.
Ms. Peruzza.
Ms. Peruzza.
Ms. DeMerla.
Ms. DeMerla.
Mr. Coteau.
Mr. Coteau.
Mr. Nakvi.
Mr. Nakvi.
Mr. Moridi.
Mr. Moridi.
Ms. Manga.
Ms. Manga.
Ms. Jassic.
Ms. Jassic.
Mr. Dixon.
Mr. Dixon. The ayes are 51, the nays are 26.
The ayes being 51 and the nays being 26, I declare the motion carried.